Let's let me look at it. Oh, baby. All right. All right. We're in there. We're in there. So let me, let's move over to one. Let me full screen this. Nope, not that one. There we go. Let's full screen it. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Wow, register for free. Dine and trade. Dine. Get him. What? He said I was bad. Dude. Naz sent me the link, dude, in Discord. He got me. You weren't listening. So let's change our title. Let's move into just chatting, because this might take longer than we think. Just chatting. Or you know what? This is a Spelunky 2. This is Spelunky 2 content. Item tier list. I mean, it's not the so I don't know what the rules are. If a wrench came in and was like move, I'd be like, okay. My bad. All right, so we got a tier list here. The tradition. Let me move chat off of screen. Actually. What am I highlighting right now? So that's naughty. Block that. Let's move you guys. I don't know. Where do I put you? Like I can't see you over here. It's too bright. Oh. Right. Like for now you can go right here, I guess. For now you can go right there. Okay. So we got I'll do, and we even have items I haven't even seen yet, so this is hilarious, right? Some of these items are part of like a chain, and they really don't serve any other purpose. So probably gonna just put those in like the C tier, right? Does that sound good? Chat on the F tier list. Oh hell yeah! Hold on, E and F right there. That's where chat belongs. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I think chat has a high opinion of itself there, Chaz. I think chat needs to look in a mirror. Naz is on the D tier? Nah, dude. What's the worst item in Spelunky? Oh, all right. So let's start from the top. Alien Compass. You guys have never seen this item. What this item does. One, you have to get it in the temple, which is really hard. And it lets you go to... It gives you directions to the mothership, which is a level out of the ice caves that you can get to. And it's a really cool aesthetically looking level. With items like this, it's hard to rank them because they don't serve a traditional purpose, right? So this is like another one. I think this is just kind of like a C tier chain quest item. I think that's how I would rank it. Or we just put it in F. Can I rename the tiers? Actually. Right? We could just do like this. You're doing CO runs, A or S tier, otherwise D tier? Or the... Really, what... Blue, what do you get out of it, dude? What's the hot sauce with the alien compass? Now, like, look, let's just go ahead and not... Look, the Ankh gives you... It lets you die and become reborn. There's a way you can get this thing and then not use it the intended way and then continue to have an extra... This is an extra life. This item is incredible. There's no way it's not an S tier. It's like, no way. It points to the exit still, but the normal compass does not. Oh, does it really? So it's a better compass, right? Okay, so if we're putting them, compass versus alien compass, I think there's a good point to be made that this one is just better. And the compass does point to the exit, and so for now, and I'm probably gonna move some stuff around. I'm gonna put alien compass on B and regular compass on C tier. I think the compass is the compass. I'm going to say it correctly one time today. We're going to say it correctly one time today. Also, I have to move chat because it bothers me. You guys you get to be I don't know. Just stay over my head. Just hang out like right here, please. Thank you. All right. Next is the boomerang. The boomerang I actually really, really like. As a grabbable, throwable weapon, it has a lot of really... so like it has a limited range, which you would think is like not necessarily the best. Like you would think that like having an infinite range would be ideal, but it actually isn't because there's a lot of stuff off screen you can't see. So being able to know exactly where the boomerang's gonna go and come back to you, and you can even manipulate it when you jump around. I actually agree with Troy. I think that B tier is pretty correct. I think B tier is correct. For the boomerang. B for boomerang, B for B tier. I would say that since the compass itself is like, I'm moving the compass down to D tier actually. And I'm gonna do a lot of the shuffling around too because the compass The compass doesn't like. Let me hold on. Let me fix something. Let's get into a. I want to get the background music going instead of just crickets. Having crickets during a tier list video seems like a bad idea, right? Let's find that browser. There it is. Perfect. Syrup on eggs. Z tier. Get it out of here. Get that syrup out of here. So these are in alphabetical order. B for broken sword. So if you pull Excalibur, if you like bomb the Excalibur pedal, I believe you get the broken sword out of it. You can't get the whole thing without any of the helmets. And I'm gonna rename this to just like chain quest item. Okay, like that. And I could move all of those right now, but just slow the roll. Right. The broken sword is like bad. You can see it being good. It's just like, I mean, it may kill. So is it better than the whip? Probably. Like, you have to hold it. Like, having to have your hands full with an item like that is probably not great. And you don't even know if it can break the shell of the turtle. But the bombs and stuff can, right? So, like, you can't even use it to fight the boss that it's meant for. And otherwise, it's just like a machete. Right? Glums, what's up, dude? We're gaming. We're gaming, gamer. Not being disgusting. Ain't Jemima's greater than Turbo Dog? Come on. Leave Turbo Dog out of this. He did nothing to you. I don't think. What did Turbo Dog say? Whatever. Trash tier? Yeah, I think it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna put it in bad. It's just like, it's like it's a machete that you have to use a bomb to get. Like, that's pretty disgusting. Next is the camera. The camera's cute, but it's like, it kills bats. It kills vampires. It has utility. I'm going to actually say it's better than the compass, right? It's definitely like a C tier weapon. The whip, you say whip is C. Yeah, the whip is like, you know, it's the default. It's the average. I understand that. But I think camera kind of fits in it. Like, there's some cool Easter eggs and some cute stuff you could do with it, but it's not better than the items above it, for sure. The camera is like, I mean, C for camera. For real. Easily. You have the audacity to tell Willie you haven't been listening. It's okay. You don't have to. This isn't really for you. Anyway. All right, so after camera, cape. Built different. That's right. Some of us are just built different. You guys need it. Like, you guys are just talking about freaking syrup and paint. Like, hold up. Syrup is bad. Syrup is bad. Full stop. I'm done. End of discussion. It's not even a discussion. I'm just right. Syrup is bad. Put butter on your stuff. You're good. Also, like, way to get diabetes at 32. Syrup eaters. Like, come on, dude. It's like, imagine having so much sugar that when you cook it, it becomes a liquid. And then you just eat it. I mean, like, what's that, like 800 carbs per tablespoon? Like, how does that work? Dude, milk drinkers. I'm a vitamin D whole milk drinker myself. Oof, dude, Hef, it's about to not get good in here. It's okay, you need the carbs, I don't. Just tell that to my box of Nerds gummy clusters. You would enjoy your new redemption then? Oh, don't drink milk on stream. Don't drink milk on stream. Come on, no. All right, cape. We're talking about the cape. It's the cape is pretty freaking pog. The problem is, like, so the cape is easily outclassed by other capes, but if you don't have one, it's good. And it's just like a good, I would B tier the cape for sure. Because it doesn't give you any extra height. It does give you the glide down, which can be useful. And which gives you like a lot of horizontal advantage. I would definitely put like, we'll get into what's an A tier item pretty soon, actually. In fact, coming up next, I think we have one. I think the climbing gloves are A tier. So I used to actually really hate them, but it's one of those items that they're really hard to use if you're just starting playing the game, because your control is kind of removed from you as you're constantly walking into walls and stuff. But once you learn how to like manage the D-pad or the analog stick with when you have the climbing gloves, they're like incredible. They replace ropes in a lot of situations. They are used for boss strats in a lot of situations. They're like, going to the cosmic ocean without the climbing gloves is almost a death sentence. I feel like without the climbing gloves, the cosmic ocean is like almost impossible. And I've never even done it, just from what I've seen. Like, it seems like they're an essential item to me. All right, this is the Clone gun. Clone guns in A or S. A or S on the clone gun. I need my Spelunky friends in here. They're essential if you don't have a jetpack too. Like, yeah, like if you don't have like, no other item can like help you as much as those can when you're missing other essential items. Now the clone gun's interesting because you can clone anything, right? And there's a way you can, you know, by the end of World 7 have 99 bombs and ropes with the strat that uses the clone gun. You can clone Monty. Cloning turkeys when you have a red cape and Kapala is really good because you can just whip all the turkeys and get all the blood and then cook them and get all the food. Like your HP will just skyrocket if that's like a worst case scenario for the clone gun. That's still really freaking good. You're playing last night and you had a thought. What can you actually do with the web gun? The web gun will, if it stops like shopkeepers. We'll talk about the web gun when we come to it. It's at the bottom of the list, I'm sure, yeah. But it's probably not going to be... I'm probably going to... Yeah, I have an idea of where I'm going to put it. So I think putting it here... See, Glum said B tier, but Glum's... I don't think has played this game. So you don't have to say to you, Glums. How about one of those? How about one of those? Web gun S tier. Let's go. All right, so... I think that's fine, right? Blue or Festin or Ram, or Troy, any thoughts? Any of the people who actually play Spelunky have any thoughts on the clone gun being on A tier? Ooh, I like the ooh. Okay, cool. S, Sofa King. Well, welcome, by the way. You followed yesterday. You think the clone gun is S tier? You think A is all right? It's very powerful in the right scenarios, but you barely try. I mean, like, and I have as well. That's why I'm kind of getting a second opinion here. I mean, turkey, like cooked turkey. That's all right. Why is the compass not higher, Mr. Goosey? Because the regular compass versus the alien compass, when you're comparing all the items to each other, there's one that's clearly better, and the compass really, the only area where the compass is like something I need is World 6. It doesn't really help you beyond that, right? Like, and that's just because I hate Neo Babylon. It's just because I'm bad. Climbers are C, boomerangs is D, alien compass is D. I can see boomerang going down to C. You see, I think climbers are A. I think climbers are great, dude. Climbing, like, I think maybe so if you're speed running, I think climbers are not as great because they slow you down. Like, I think that's a fact, right? Because you're always grabbing on the walls and stuff. But I think that like their utility way outweighs how much they slow you down. You haven't been hurt the same way. I've been hurt a lot by the climbing gloves. Actually, the flip I have on the climbing gloves is very recent. Like I've only just flipped on the climbing gloves recently. Like once I kind of like understood how they can be used, I think their utility way outclasses their like how cumbersome they are. Boomerang is the best item in CO, so that would push it back to B. Is it? I'm gonna leave it at C for now, and we'll look at the list as a whole and probably rearrange at the end. Crossbow. I mean, it's a bow that can't hold the light arrow. Like if we're gonna like, hold on, one thing I hate is when people don't reorganize their items a little bit when they do tier lists, because I think it's important to do a lot of comparisons up front. Is there another bow? I don't think there's only 2 bows, right? So you have like Yang's crossbow or the crossbow, and this is just a regular bow. The crossbow doesn't give you anything the other bow doesn't, and it's just like less useful, but it's still good. Like if we were to compare the boomerang to the crossbow, I'd probably rate the boomerang higher just because you can it just comes back immediately and you don't have to wait for the arrow to drop, right? See, I would think crossbow, so in this situation, I would probably move the crossbow up, the boomerang up, because I don't think it's equivalent to the compass. I think it's on this level. I think it's on this. In fact, I would probably move the camera down too. I think I'd put the camera down there. But the camera can do things early game that are very good. So I don't know, like this, I wish there was like an in-between, but that's kind of, you make your own in-betweens. Camera can kill, can it kill Gist too? I actually didn't know that. Thank you, Sofa King. Very useful for multiplayer. Now this tier list is just for like the single player aspect of the game. Because if we were doing that, then we would move clone gun up to S, because there's some wild stuff you could do with clone gun. But this is just single player that I'm thinking. I think that the camera, while having a lot of use, just doesn't get used a lot because you don't need it in those situations. Like, for example, I could take it to Vlad's. I could take a camera into Vlad's castle, but I wouldn't, because it's just, I don't need to. Like, I could do Vlad's castle without it just fine. I don't know. Like, it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't help me enough, personally.
We're not worthy!
Aww.
We're not worthy!
Thank you for the 15 bits, Plums. Appreciate you, dude. No message? Interesting. I thought you guys were TTS freaks over there. All right, so like this is like a chain quest item. It just lets you pull a sword. I'm not gonna rate it. Let's go ahead and get the hedge up there too, while we're thinking about it. So we'll move the crown. I mean, if I had to pick one, I would definitely rate the this crown over the hedge it, because it doesn't cost 40 grand. Also, it's close to the. Also, it makes things cheap. It makes what cheaper? The crown makes stuff cheaper? You have to compare them? Okay, hold on. Okay. Wait, which one makes things cheaper? Does the hedge it make shops cheaper? I would rate. I would still rate it. I would still rate them like that. Probably like this. Then like you go, what's an F tier weapon or item? Where's the parachute? There's your F tier item. Okay. Crown makes shops cheaper. Hedget gives crazy dark vision. Okay. So here's the thing though. By the time you've got one of these, how many shops are you really going to? Aside from like Madame Tusk on World 4. Like, real talk. Like, you can, that's a cool discount, but like, doesn't matter. I never even noticed that. Like, I've gotten it a bunch. I don't think I've noticed a discount. Yeah. Does Tusk respect the discount? Oh, that's a good question, actually. So if you get this crown, does Tusk respect it? That'd be interesting, right? Because she won't be happy about this. It's always 5,000. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Only shopkeep. The dark illumination's impressive, but like how, like, again, after you go to the black market, what situations are going to be super dark? Because by that point you've already done the moon challenge, hopefully, which is kind of where you want the crown. Like, if you get the crown, if you get the hedge it before the moon challenge, then like, who cares? Couple with specs, it's very good. I don't know. That's a, basically it removes the utility of a torch. Well, to me, the torch's biggest utility is its ability to cook turkey, honestly. And it does 2 damage when you throw it at something. It does 3 damage, I guess. It does more damage when you throw it at something. The parachute F tier, the exact thing that started this whole list. Yes, I threw it in there just because we need an S and an 8. We need a top and a bottom, and then we put everything else in between, right? Edget saves in 7-2 on Dark 7-2 multiple occasions. Okay. Let's put them both C tier. Well, you know what? Because again, the crown doesn't really do anything for you, because having cheaper stuff doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Unless you're like a speedrunner. Like, it does, like, you're gonna have enough money. So this is just a crown to me. This provides a utility that you can use, so it's better. But it does cost 40 grand. So there's like, the downside is that like, it may not always serve your best interest to get this item in lieu of the other possibilities, but you still like need it for a chain quest, right? Yeah, for sure. So like that makes me want to bring this down. Like, I don't, wait, C or D tier? Those are your options. C or D tier. The turkey's getting crapped on. Just a cooked turkey by itself, worth 1 HP, is really good in the early game and really like whatever in the late game. Like, you don't really care. So I just put it in the middle. Like, all right. I think the torch is better than the turkey that you get from it. You saw C for hedge it, but you're on the minority on that one? Okay. Crown a literal aesthetic item, one step below, act one that actually gives you health. Yeah, but like 1 HP. Yeah. That 1 HP isn't like, all right, this like, so this is like, what is a single HP gain worth to you? Is it an S tier item because it's all upside, no downside? Or is it like, are there other items that just help you? Like, well, the 1 HP doesn't help you get necessarily as far as these other items can, right? I would actually probably personally rank the turkey here, but I'm just giving it a little bit more credit. Make G tier above S tier and put the turkey in it. All right, so I'm moving on. I'm gonna leave them both on D tier, I think. Just because like this is the only one with an upside. You know what? No, we'll do this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Locking it in. It's locked in. We're moving on to the bow. The bow is a weapon. It's worse than the boomerang. It's needed for a chain quest, and you can use the arrow as a platform, but otherwise it sucks. I hate it, personally. I understand that people can use it well. I can't. You can also throw the bow if you're out of arrows, but I think you'd even vote lower on the bow, huh? The crossbow being C tier offends you? You want it lower? I'll lower the crossbow and keep this one on C. How about that? He still needs it. I still need it all, yes, because I'm bad. But I'm talking like if you're like at the end game of a run, a single HP turkey isn't really going to help you because the things that are going to kill you are going to kill you in one hit, no matter what. That works. Oh baby, there we go. All right, so we got a little bit of movement, on the board. This is the elixir. I actually have to look this up. What is the elixir? Spelunky. Imagine making a tier list and you don't know all the items. Spelunky too, but I'm not gonna give it, you know. The elixir is an item that is obtained when completing the Stars challenge in the Temple of Anubis in Spelunky 2, acting as an instant health restore. It also removes both debuffs, which is the two debuffs are poison and curse. So it cures curse, which is great. The Stars challenge in the Tide Pool rewards the clone gun instead. So this is if you do the Stars challenge in Temple, you get this. So you're already in a pretty bad place where you're really likely to get cursed. So that's good. And it restores up to, it restores HP depending on what you're afflicted with. It'll give you 8 HP if you have no affliction on you, which is good. And it says HP restored. It just heals you for this amount of HP. It just gives you 8. Just giving you 8 HP is pretty sick. That's better than a turkey for sure. When you're poisoned, it gives you 6. When you're cursed, it gives you 4. And when you're both, it gives you 2. But it cures both status ailments. That's pretty freaking good. It's not trashed here. That's a good item. It's not, is it worth what you do to get it? Probably not. Turkey is not low B tier. It's not even close. It's mid C tier. It's the average. This is the perfect average item here. I think that I mean, 8 HP is pretty good. Now it costs a good bit of money to do the Stars challenge, right? But you're already in Temple, so you're probably pretty low on HP if you haven't been crushed to death. You have to sacrifice yourself next level. You don't have to. You don't have to go to Duat, right? Like Duat is an optional place. It's not in the City of Gold. It's in the Temple. You don't have to sack yourself. I know that's the only reason you would go to Temple, but you don't technically have to, right? Duat is the equivalent of Turtle Boss. Oh, so wait, do you get something? Do you get like a tablet from that guy? Dude, that's hard. That's a much harder thing with like no payoff. Okay, you know what? E tier. It'll help you survive until the next level where you sacrifice yourself from Osiris. Okay. It's definitely harder than Abzu. So I guess I'll say that let's make this known now that the tier list is going to be under the assumption that you're doing a Cosmic Ocean run, right? I guess. I mean, like, you can kind of consider other runs too, but like, I would just say like the goal is to get as far as you can in the game, right? Like, how useful are these things to get you there? And so far, I kind of don't like the clone gun in A, but I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, so I mean, like, this is an essential item. It's also really good for if you're not good at cheesing the sun challenge. This is Excalibur, by the way. If you're not good at cheesing the sun challenge in World 7, you can like really, if you bring this like through with Waddler, you can actually do pretty well for yourself with it. I think it's better than the bows. I think it's probably around boomerang level. I think the boomerang's really good. I think that this, like, for when it is used, is actually also really good. Just like instant kills everything you hit it with. How many hits does Excalibur take to kill the crabmen in Tide Pool? Yeah, it deletes corpses. Now, deleting corpses, you can see it as a downside, but it's whatever. Hopefully at that point you've got, but it's not uncommon to not have the Kapala, but if you don't, you can always drop it too. Contributes to podcast, point redemption, still no podcast. Chaz, shut up! I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Naz has homework to do. I don't know if he did it. He probably. I'm willing to bet that he didn't do his homework. Is it still 10 for the shell? 10 for the meat shots? Don't put this on me, I guess. I mean, I did ask you to do that. Did you do it? Got him. All right. So, I mean, Excalibur on B. I like it on B. I don't think it's A tier. I don't think it's quite that good. I don't want to carry it around with me all the time. Nor would I carry around the clone gun all the time. The clone gun can give you so many more resources, right? So I think it's just better. Yeah, this, like, you're starting to realize how his and my relationship works. That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move over to the Clover since no one really responded to the Excalibur, which is fine. I'm cool with it. Clover is incredible. I would actually think this is an A tier item. Extending your time gives you time to set up, like, without this, in, you know, multiple floors, you don't have the foundation you need to continue. Like, you need this item and on several floors to help you go. No problems with the Clover. Clover on A tier, I think it's not exciting, it's not flashy. It provides a service of extending your timer by 2 minutes. And also, if you're one of those teleporter freaks, it guarantees it guarantees max teleporting distance. Exclamation mark lunch. You want a lunch, dude? What's for lunch? Taco Bell today? Aren't you getting it delivered anyway? Let's see. Freeze Ray. F for Freeze Ray. Just kidding. I think the Freeze Ray is pretty good. You didn't know that tele trick? I watched a video on teleporting recently. That's where I got it. Freeze Ray, I think, is like B. Like, my instinct is telling me to put it on B tier. Even though it, like, it's like a two-step kill. You freeze and then you whip, or they fall and then they die, right? Like, it's a pretty good solution to a lot of problems. Its range is a little low, right? If I could extend the range on it, that would be pretty ideal. I think it's better than the shotgun. Like, the spread of the shotgun does help. Yeah. Where's the shotgun at? Here he is. Let's talk about the shotgun next too. Let's also just put the machete over here with the broken sword because it's like the same thing. In fact, I might even put it lower because I never want it. I don't know. I mean, I guess broken sword would go lower because you have to bomb to get that, and you can find this thing in a crate. Panda Cookie, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Instant kills almost every, yeah. It does, and like that has a purpose, but I mean, it's like Excalibur, except. So wait, how much? Like, let's look at these 3 items here for a second. I'm just gonna move them down. Excalibur versus Broken. So Broken Sword's clearly worse, right? So we can just like do this real quick. Like, these 2 items are the same, right? It's killing Yang, right? I mean, but like having something that's not a bomb that can kill Yang is pretty good. You like that Excalibur gun? Every item on the C tier list in front of the turkey has been moved. The turkey is next. It's not next. I promise. Turkey ain't getting moved. I'm locking the turkey in right now. It's not this. The turkey is the definition of a average ass item. Good early, bad late. Doesn't really do anything else for you. Excalibur does 3 to 4 times more damage than the machete. Okay, well then look. But would you put it on the crossbow tier or the boomerang tier? How do you feel about these 2? Like, where are we putting this? Broken sword requires a clone gun. Oh, it's clone gun, not a bomb. So that's like, yeah, I can stay on the F tier. Caliber makes 10 damage. Man. You just rope Yang and shoot him with his crossbow? That doesn't seem like it works. You don't just grab his I feel like he gets up too fast, right? You okay with C? I'm okay with C for Excalibur. Excalibur 10, Broken Sword 5, Machete 2. Okay. Now, that being said, I still think the Machete ranks over the Broken Sword because you don't need a clone gun to get it. Yeah, I like this. I think this is fine. Okay, cool. So, shotgun is next. I like the shotgun is, I think, overrated. I think it's really, I mean, it's very efficient at what it does. And with like paired up with something like the power pack, you can kind of become an unstoppable monster. But it's also really easy to become like a vandal. So like, it's too easy to vandalize. I kind of think the shotgun's a little bad. I think the shotgun's a little like it's clearly good. The machete is dope in Cosmic Ocean, but like you're not bringing it to the Cosmic Ocean, you're getting it in the Cosmic Ocean, right? Powerful, but its weakness is its overpower. You can also get an extra. You also get extra jump height from it. I don't think so. Like I think if I have, I would prefer to have a shotgun over any of the bows. For sure. I think it's a B tier item. I think the shotgun's like all right. I think I'd put it on this level. It's like its drawbacks kind of kind of counter its benefits, but like it's still good. Freeze ray is controlled. The freeze, but like I also think the freeze ray's range is a little much, and you oftentimes have to drop it to whip something. Even though you can jump on them, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to like drop it to whip. Like I think it's like there's a little cumbersomeness to it. I think the shotgun is equally present, and it leaves bodies. The freeze ray does not. I think that's something important to consider, that like a lot of enemies that die with the shotgun, if they leave a body, they will continue to leave the body. This is like kind of like our community thing, but I'm not gonna like just move everything around all the time. We have to lock some stuff in. You say B2, it's great and can make an entire run if you get it early. Yeah, like I mean, when we killed Tiamat, it's from a shotgun that we got in 1-2 or something. Like we managed to play well, and we like with climbing gloves plus shotgun, we won the run. That's all we needed. We climbed up the sidewall and we just shot her, and she died, and it was over. That was like, it was a very anticlimactic ending, but it felt so good to just give it to her like that. Like I think it's worth it. All right, and then the packs. Oh, let's go ahead and, I mean, I should have moved the cape here. Let me find all of the do this. I mean, like, let's go. I mean, like, we don't even have to talk about the Kapala. I could talk about the Kapala, but we all know that you need it. Like, that's S tier. That's S tier for sure. Okay, like Kapala's like, it's not even worth talking about. So the 3 packs, right? I mean, I think if I were to rate them, it'd probably be like this, low to high. I actually think the hover pack is the weakest one of the 3. Kapala is S plus for sure. Yeah. Telepack. Oh, hold on. You're right. The telepack. I forgot it existed. Move. So I'm not a speedrunner. We're not a community yet of speedrun enthusiasts for this game yet. Let me clarify. I will probably try it at some point. I will not be good. I still think that of the teleport items, actually, I think this belongs here. I think like if we're to kind of organize a bit, we put these 2 next to each other like that. I think like this is the next set of stuff we're gonna look at. Also, actually, yeah. All right, the Vlad's cape in S tier. If you disagree, you're wrong. You're wrong. Actually, so like we have a lot of big debates. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to start. Hover pack is like, okay. You don't get any extra height, but it's like the cape. It's actually a lot like the cape, but it explodes. So because it explodes, it's coming down. It's a lot like the cape in that you get like that horizontal extension, but it's like pure horizontal extension. And you can like stall. It stops fall velocity, I believe. It like resets your fall velocity. So you won't take damage if you like hover and then drop. I think Vlad for S is pretty good. Guess you never played Hover Pack and Teleporter? That sounds wild. No, I have not. But again, we're not coming from a speedrun sense. This is just like someone trying to get their Cosmic Ocean win. I don't think, like, the problem with all the packs is that they explode, right? That's like the big drawback. In fact, I would say that the power pack, its primary function is to make your whip use fire and shotguns fire faster. I think it's worse. I think the power pack is worse. Because you don't get, like, and it makes your bombs huge, obviously. Making your bombs big is important. Like, I'm not gonna list every single benefit it gives, but I don't think it's enough to justify having a bomb on your back. It's awesome with the plasma cannon, but yeah, I mean, like, when are you gonna get that? If you hit it, it's important to note that if you get hit, it does not cancel. Oh, really? That is actually, that's good intel. Like, if you get hit with the hover pack, you just like, you just have iframes, right? It's just fun, but it's not good. Yeah, I think that's a fair rating then. I think C and D tier for these two are good. I think the jetpack is A tier. I don't think it's as good as these other things because those other things don't explode. I think the jetpack giving you like almost unlimited vertical ability is incredible. But if you gave me the choice between these two items, I'm gonna take Vlad's cape even without the Kapala, probably more than the jetpack. You like jetpack for S? Let's compromise. I think I like it in A. Like, especially if you're in Cosmic Ocean, you can like the potential of getting lit is pretty high over 95 levels. You're probably gonna lose this thing, or even like lose your omp to the jetpack. Yeah, it's like right there. But like, I'm gonna, just to have like, because this is like one of the bigger debates, right? Is like, is it Vlad's cape or is it the jetpack? I think Vlad's cape every time. The double jump is as high as I'm gonna need, and I'll hopefully have ropes. If not, then whatever. They don't have the piles of items like the bomb box, because I would definitely put the bomb box in like A tier, probably A tier. I think like S tier is like legendary Pokemon, right? Like you don't F with what works, but bomb boxes are like definitely A tier. I would definitely add like rope piles and bomb boxes and stuff. Why isn't there like a big rope pack item? Why is it just like a stack of like 3 ropes? Like, get out of here, dude. You can't reach CO with a jetpack and ropes. It's just like really hard. Yeah, you can. Yeah, like you can skip Chi Lin by using the jetpack and the rope hook, because the lasers will burn the rope. So yes, it's good, but teleporter. I wish I could like separate the row, and I want to put the teleporter over here because it's not, I don't think it's good for Cosmic Ocean, but I think it's a great item and it's got its uses, and it's like, it's wild and great. This is like its own wild, like I need to add a category above this and just call it wild stuff. Like that's kind of what it is. It can skip Olmec, but like Olmec's, you know, once you've done them, it's not the worst. Mr. Goose, what's up, dude? Objectively, teleporter is S. It's in there. We're in the S tier. What's up, dude? Thank you for stopping by. It is a wild card. It's a bit of a wild card. Now the telepack is worse than the teleporter. I'll move it down 1. I may even move it down 2. I don't know. What do you guys think? A or B for telepack? Because I kind of hate it. Telepack is A. You put the teleporter in the B tier. Personally, I would too, but it's such like I don't know. It's kind of like, trying to think of it. It's kind of like Matthew McConaughey. Like he's like an all right actor sometimes, and sometimes he does really well, but he shouldn't be in as many movies as he's in. But he's still considered like an S tier celebrity, so you got to put him up. You got to put him on the top. Yeah, the emergency teleporter does F you up. Actually, like I hate that you have to jump, because you do have to jump to use this, right? Like I think that's like, and it does increase the range by 1 to like make up for that, but you still need to like, it's cumbersome. But it's on your back. You can still hold items with it. Like you can combo it with the teleporter to get more uses in the air, I guess, if you're one of those freaks. Yeah, for sure. TP is teleporter or telepack? Because those are both TP items. think I'm okay. I'm okay with this. I'd prefer to have the jetpack over the telepack on the list. I think A or B tier is fine. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and if you guys like fight me enough, I'll move it. I think it's a B tier item. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so now we got the Matic. The Matic is great. And if you're doing, like this is one of those situations where if you're speed running, the Matic plus the telepack is like the combo, right? Because you can like hold it, teleport, and break floor. Like it's incredible. The combination's insane. But the Matic's a good item that's really hard to find use for. I don't know if it belongs in A tier, but I think it's good, right? Like I'm not crazy. It's a good item that I just don't know how to use. Like you could use it to open up so many possibilities and make floors go by a lot faster. And it also gives you access to, like, for example, in an echo floor where a lot of the chunks are kind of blocked off. It handles business, right? It takes care of business. You always get your money back if you buy the Matic. That's right. It's like, and it's kind of, again, like you can always get your money back. It gives so much free money. Yeah, I think it's a good A tier item. I don't think it's S tier, but I think it's A tier because like it gives you money, but it doesn't really, but it breaks, which is, you know, none of these other items break unless they're shot at. Or the clone gun will go away after 3, right? These are like the 2 items that break. But I think I'd put them in the same utility range. Also great for saving money. Exactly. Yeah, it's good for saving resources. I agree. I think early and late game, like if you take this to Neo Babylon, boy, you can break so many traps. Oh, baby. All right, shield. Let me make sure there's nothing else. All right, I'm excited to get to the boots. All right, we got some real winners coming up here. I mean, this is like, yeah. Oh, thank you. I mean, this one's technically better, right? Technically better, but not much. Like, that's like, do we really even have to talk about that? I think this is pretty correct, right? E, it breaks everything, but reflects shotgun. Yeah, but like, the only reason you would need that is if you're a vandal. But like, how often do you take it out of the shopkeeper's room? Also, because the problem is that like, you can't, it's really hard to collect money with it. Like you have to like do a lot of juggling with it, right? I mean, it's not between E and F, it's between D and F. It's in E, right here. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories. If we can't find a letter for it, then we're not doing it right. I think more E for both of them. No gold makes it an E. What about the wooden one? Like, what's the difference between the two? I think, yeah, let's put them both in F. I'm not afraid. They're both bad. You can jump on the gold. Yeah, you can, but like, you know how easy it is? The wooden one breaks. Oh, does it? That's like clearly worse. But we'll still, I think they still go down. I wish this one would break when I looked at it, or after I killed the shopkeeper with it, because I don't even want to push I don't even want to drop it. And honestly, after using rope to kill the shopkeeper, I never use this thing anymore. Hell no. Now paste, that's a good item. Paste is a good item. Holy moly, paste is up there. Paste is almost S tier because there's like hardly any downside to it. Like, real talk, paste is incredible. And I would say that for Cosmic Ocean, it's essential. Because like, how often are you, like, we're going to Cosmic Ocean, if we don't have paste and we don't do the easy onk skip, like, paste is like, this little bottle of jizz is like the best thing you could hope for. Like, it's absolutely insanely good. There's like no the only downside to it is when you go to drop a bomb, it doesn't roll forward, so you got to remember that. But that's just like a me thing. That's not even like a real thing. Metal Shelled E because no gold runs. Like we're still going under the assumption that these are Cosmic Ocean runs. I'm not like, this is kind of why I feel weird about the teleporter, because like I don't want to bring this on a Cosmic Ocean run. That sounds awful. But like, I understand it's like market appeal. Like, I understand that there's a utility here. I still think that this is fine. Either way, it's fine. I like this just because it shows, like, this one breaks, like it's bad. Catcher's mitt, that's how I feel about it, but it's probably more like this. All right, I need some thoughts on the catcher's mitt. What do you guys think? Because I hate it. Boy, I hate it so much. But if you know how to use it, it's fine, right? Maybe like a C tier? Cosmic makes it an A tier. Pitcher's mitt is an E, heavily dependent on what you have. So what would you need to have? Cosmic is an A. Playing the game right now, you have pause, and you only have the glove. Why don't you just reset? Normal runs, it's an E. Like, I want to hear an example of when it's good. Stickies and pitcher's mitt is nice. If you don't have pace, it helps the sun challenge for you. This does? Oh, because you throw the, but like the sun's challenge, you can get as you pop orbs from far away. Okay. But like, how often are you doing it horizontally as opposed to like trying to get like a vertical hit on the orbs? I feel like the orbs are like, everyone always goes for like the jumps, right? I mean, let's meet in the middle between C and E, and I'm just gonna say it's a D tier item because we are talking about like in the cosmic ocean. It could be really useful, right? You glad Pace made it to S while you weren't here? Yeah, dude, Pace is so good. Pace is so good. You think D is fair? Okay. Like, if you know what you're doing, a pitcher's mitt can have some amazing moves. Yeah, it's just like, I'm very low. My skill ceiling is very low. Well, my skill is very low right now, but the ceiling for it is high, right? This thing is not good. Like, so this thing is cute. This is the plasma gun, right? It's incredible. There's no way you're surviving with it, right? But you never have it, right? But what are you guys arguing here? You can pop orbs often, especially with the eggplant crown, because you're throwing. Yeah, but if you have the eggplant crown, you don't need the mitt, right? Because it just does it. Oh, how do the eggplants operate without the pitcher's mitt? Do they not? I thought you always shoot them. You can hit yourself with the egg. I mean, you can, but just don't, right? No eggplants. No eggplant works with mitt. Okay, I didn't know that. I guess every run I've seen with eggplant had a mitt in it, and I just didn't notice. I guess I just didn't notice. Okay, so like, but now we're on plasma gun. I think this is fine. This like D rating is like okay, because like how often are you gonna have like the combination you need to make it work super often? Hopefully, if you have pace, and you like that combination, it's all the time. But otherwise, it's like doesn't really help you get to Cosmic Ocean either. It's hard to get in Suicide. Yeah, I agree. I think this is cute. One misthrown eggplant will fly horizontally forever. Is that are we starting a haiku here? Is that like the 7? One misthrown eggplant will fly horizontal. Dude, horizontally's got like all the syllables you need for the middle line of a haiku, huh? Jeez. Okay, so like plasma, but let's not discredit how good it is, like what it can do, right? I probably think it's about a D tier. It's not worse than the shields or the machete or the elixir. It's not worse than the parachute. I definitely think it's like, but I also don't trust myself with it. I think like personally I would put it here, but I would like to hear the discussion. It can be an infinite bomb. That's really useful. I think, you know, all things considered, if I thought about like the quality of skill people had, I would probably put the plasma gun on the B tier. The ice cave shortcut. Oh, do you need to bring it for the ice cave shortcut? I didn't know that. So I kind of, how do you feel about C or D tier? What are we thinking? C or D tier for plasma gun? I don't think it's worse than, it's definitely not E or F. It's definitely better than that, but it's definitely not, I'm definitely not taking it over these carryables. Like I'm all right, this was fun, but I'm done and I'm leaving. D tier? C? Oh, baby, it's spicy. Let's have a poll. Run a live poll, interact with our chat a little bit. Plasma gun? And we're gonna say C or D. Got a minute to vote. I just put the poll up. Let's go. Where's the true crown? It's not here. This list is a little incomplete. With the True Crown, I would probably put her on E or F tier just because of the teleporting aspect of it. I've seen people do wild stuff with it, but I would probably rate it low. Because you also have to like make Kali very mad. Or no, like you have to make her mad once while you're cursed, right? How does it work? I don't know. I don't know all the steps, but it seems like a lot. True Crown is your opinion a B? Really? Even with the teleporting, you think the bombs are worth it? I don't know. That seems rough. Plasma gun, currently it's tied. It's actually tied. Jeez, you guys can't make up your mind, huh? Gist and True Crown? What's Gist? Gist is the shopkeeper in the ghost shop, isn't he? Or am I stupid? What the F is... Hold on. Spelunky to Gist. It literally tied, so I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna leave it in... I'm gonna put it in C tier in case someone watches the VOD of this and they're like, what the F are you doing? Oh, I put Ghost and not Gist. Let me fix that. It actually doesn't show up. Gist Shopkeeper is different from Gist. It's not even like showing up on the wiki. Oh, here it is. Spelunky wiki. Small rotund ghosts that appear in Restless Dead levels, selling items from their shop and from the bodies of caveman and hired hands. That's the Gist Shopkeeper. The player is not held responsible for angering the Gist Shopkeeper. That's cool. Okay. Royal Jelly. Better than a turkey, promise. Royal Jelly's like A tier. Nah, it's like B tier. It's B tier. Royal Jelly's like... I mean, it's 8 HP, right? It's like 6 to 8 HP. It doesn't even matter how much it is. It's a lot. But it's not going to stop you from getting crushed. It doesn't really do any... Like, it just... What is raw health worth? It's something to lose, right? I think it's good, especially when you can... Like, when you're in a position to farm it. But I don't think it's, like, as utilitarian as the rest of these. I think it's good the first time you get it, and then after that, like, it's whatever. It's amazing. Oh, it does cure poison. A tier. You're right. It cures poison. I forget. All right, this is... I mean, like, the scepter. So I know... So we've never made it to temple, but I've watched... I mean, I've watched a lot of stuff here. It looks like... This thing is not an E tier weapon. I think it's more like a B tier weapon. I think a lot of these weapons just fall into B tier because they're unruly. Except for the freeze ray, which... makes me think it's like in between A and B, but we don't do that. We don't do B pluses or A minuses here. I think it just kind of falls in there. Jelly does not cure poison. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. The Royal Jelly cures poison. You have it for one level and then you waste it for the door. That's correct. So like, it's a cool thing if you're going for Tiamat or something, you could like have fun with it, but let's rank it down. I mean, C? C or D? I mean, but like, it's still cool. Ollie cures the poison. Yeah, well, having enough points to get the, hold on, let's look it up. Let's look it up. We can look it up. Search the Spelunky wiki, not Willy, that's me. Royal Jelly /2. It only adds HP. Okay. Yep, it only adds HP. I'm gonna rank it down one. I think it's a B tier item. But when Kali cures curses, you were not given Jelly. Correct. It's if you get the 8-point threshold with Kali and your curse or poison, she cures it, right? One dog is one Royal Jelly after Kapala. That's correct. Like, and that's good if you get it. But like I think we talked about this earlier, after like 15 HP, does it really matter? And like you probably find more often than not, you're probably at over 15 HP, especially if you have the Kapala, if you have Vlad's cape with it. The items that just give you health become not as worth it because there are other items that give you health that you have that are like more passive. 1 HP get upgraded to 6. No, I understand that. I think it's good. I think it's better than the turkey. The turkey, look, don't forget the turkey right there. I think it's better. I mean, like getting a C on your test versus a B is the difference for a lot of people from getting punished. Like a lot of people I know got punished if they got C's on their report card. But B's were good. B or A for sure. Like I could see. I'm gonna go ahead and do this to quell the masses. But personally, I don't think it's. I think it doesn't really matter where we put. I don't think it's as good as these items. I think the Clover's better. I think the Clone Gun's better. I think the Climbers are better. I think the Jetpack's better. I think the Matic is better. I think this. I would rather have. Probably like the Matic is the only thing I would think about not getting over it because. And also depending on the floor of the Clover, right? Like you may not want the Clover. On a certain floor if you know the layout already. But I think it's... Where would I put Naz on this list? Can I add a... It would be in for Nezrala. Got him. Where would I put Chaz on this list? Not on C. I'd probably put you both on the... For the sake of the meme, I'll put you both in the same Z tier. The nasty tier. I don't even know if I can, honestly. So what's next? We got the skeleton key. Unlock some doors. It's a fine item that I'd never want to pay for, but I think it's like not as good as any of these other things. Like it can get like this thing can unlock any of these, but that doesn't make it as valuable as those. I think it's like kind of bad. Add Rowan below. Oh, there's a But like I mean you guys would come here in the bad boys category right there. Now I'm gonna delete it because this is a stream meme. So where's the true? It's not, little dude, it's not on this list. I don't know why, but we've kind of discussed it a little bit. It'd probably go between A and C somewhere, and that doesn't necessarily mean B. I think it would probably just go like around here. Because you do get the bombs, and if you're smart with how you handle the teleport, it's pretty good. I don't think it's an S tier item. Skeleton key doesn't need to exist. I actually agree, but I think it's way better than these items. I think it goes here. Because, like, these things don't, like, really help you. Like, that much, right? Like, I would even put the scepter down here. Like, now that we're thinking about it, I think the scepter goes here. As cool as it is, you're not taking it far enough for it to matter. It helps you get through the level you're in, and that's pretty much it. I think the skeleton key's better. Parachute, dagger, shield only run? Oof. It's a broken sword. Someone's listening. You lose the Ujet and Volcano, but you don't lose the glasses? Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's coming up. I mean, like, Webgun is better than... Webgun's like here. It has uses. We just never use it. We just never use it. Real quick. So now these are like the... we're not even going to discuss the Webgun being an E. But the glasses are objective. Well, the glasses can't find you the shop. You cannot find the black market or use the drill without this. So you're wrong, but that's okay. Like, it's part of a chain, but the chain's essential, and you can get stuff out of it. Like this, the Ujet Eye points you directly to a shop that has almost every item in the game in it. Like it could have any item in the game in it. The Ujet Eye is incredible. The glasses make the dark levels much easier, but like you don't need them still. Like they make them easier. They don't win you the game unless you're like, you know, you play poorly. Glasses only cost 3K. The Ujet Eye only costs a key. It's free. And if you go to the black market, you get to keep it. Like if you're going jungle, the Ujet Eye is better than the glasses. If you're going to Volcano, the glasses are technically better, but the Ujet Eye gives you like direct access without using like 30 bombs to the to Vlad's cape. I think the Ujet Eye is better. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna buy the glasses if you're selling them, but I'm not gonna not get the Ujet Eye ever. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, you pretty much get the glasses with the Ujet Eye, but if you go to Volcano, you lose the Ujet Eye. And you can't get Vlad's cape in the jungle, but you also can't get the black market with glasses. Like, are we seeing where we are here? We're gonna start one item at a time. The glasses give you sight in darkness and show you stuff in the ground. Okay, the Ujet Eye also does that, but it also gives you access to the best shop in the game, not even close, and also access to one of the best items in the game, one of the S tier items in the game, while also doing that. The Udjet Eye is objectively better, but the glasses don't go away. So I'm gonna rate the Udjet Eye higher, just don't kill me, right? I think the Udjet Eye, I think it's A and B. That's where I would put them. They also protect you from squid ink. That's like kind of important. That's kind of, because that goes away so fast. Like, that's like a bonus. It's not like the spike shoes, right? We're about to get into spike shoes, but spike shoes let you step on like, they let you walk on ice. This might be the hottest. No, I think the spike shoes are clearly better. It's not even, but the spring shoes are also really freaking good. So I'm leaving the Udjet Eye and the glasses on this. I think this is fine. Spike shoes are S. Do you think S and A? I think we're gonna go S and A with these. Spike shoes, kill enemies. Spring shoes, verticality. Both very essential, very good things. There's like hardly any downside. The only downside is on the spring shoes, and it's that like if you're in the jungle, you're gonna hurt your head. Yeah. I think this is you want to vote them both the same tier. I can't. The spike shoes give you slip resistance in 5-1. Not that it's super duper important. You can usually navigate it without it, but it instant kills anything you step on. The verticality you get from the spring shoes is important and saves you ropes, but like, and if you have a cape, it just adds to like your mobility significantly, and it's good, but it's not, you don't need them. You don't need the spring shoes if you have any of these other, like, you don't need them. Yeah, you can stand on this. Both shoes do that. Both shoes give you protection from the tiny spikes. The only problem is that the spring shoes, you're more likely to jump into tiny spikes, which will still hurt you. But like, that's just like a get good moment. It's super important with the red cape. Like, it's partially, I think the red cape actually makes the spring shoes worse. Like, you get that extra tier of that extra tier of high. But like, so for example, for Olmec, I actually prefer it. I prefer the spring shoes. Lunatic. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. But I think like for fighting Olmec, I prefer spring shoes because it's not likely you're gonna have Vlad's cape to do a double jump, and you want to get that extra height to whip him, right? But after that, I don't think we really care that much. Yeah, that it is nice to have a combo, but I think like you get a lot of safety with the spike shoes. I think the safety you get with the spike shoes way outclass. Like being able to kill enemies in a single hit when you're navigating Cosmic Ocean, I think is like super duper important. And you know, to go back to the squids from Tide Pool, you can jump on their heads with at least maybe with both shoes, but I know for sure with the spike shoes. You think Jetpack is B tier? It's not. You like having nearly infinite up is incredibly valuable at the cost of you being explosive. I think it's still A tier, but that explosiveness brings it down from S. You jump on squids with both. Okay. I don't think they're not both required. I would say that I would feel more like resetting a run if I only had the spring shoes and not the spike shoes. And that's everything, guys. And the spike shoes still kill them, and jump boots are safe you from little spikes and makes jump one tile higher. It does. No, I understand. But it don't kill everything in one hit. Like this is like your foot equivalent of any of these weapons. And it doesn't take up a whole item slot. And you can damage bosses with it, like Quillback. You can damage Hundun with it. You can damage every enemy in the game that can be jumped on, and like, you know, you survive the jumping and it doesn't hurt you, can be killed with the spike shoes. You still say spike shoes is B tier? Look, here's what I'll do. I'm willing to knock them both down one tier or leave them exactly where they are. I'm not willing to change their arrangement from each other, but I am willing to move them down to A and B tier. Coin Fugasm. Oh, someone's sub ran out. Got him. I got you, dude. Hold on. There you go. I think this is good. I like this. I like the way this looks. No downside to spike shoes, and it's just so convenient. Yeah. Well, there's really no downside to the spring shoes either. And there is a level of convenience, but I think that you're a lot safer with the spike shoes. So I agree. Anything else on this list that is worth debating? And this is coming from someone. So this list is coming from someone who's never gotten to Cosmic Ocean. I've gotten to the Hundun fight. I have not been to Temple. I have not been to Duat. I have not. I don't know. Are there any other levels I haven't been to? I haven't killed the fish on my own. I haven't like. You are a god. Thank you, Enderman. Appreciate you. They're good, dude. Scepter can't kill you if you have a power pack. What? It can't? That's an interesting interaction, but I don't think that changes their ranking. That's cute, I guess, but you're still losing it on the next floor. Like if we were evaluating their usefulness without thinking of progression, this would be a completely different list. I would definitely rate the Scepter a lot higher. I would definitely rate Plasma Gun a lot higher, obviously. But like just like their viability for a run is like you can't bring this freaking gun to $7.99. You're not doing it. Like it's not happening. Take a screenshot, post it in Discord. You guys ever see me use snipping tool? It's my favorite thing. Let's get a window mode on it.